Can you actually tell me what your day in life is kind of like, usually,
Oh my God.
generally?
I don't think I have 2 days which are ever the same. Like, there's days where I get up at like 7 and I go to uni for like 8, 9 hours, and then I jump onto the computer and I do work for 3 hours. And then there's days where I wake up at like 10 and play Stardew Valley for like the whole day before going to sleep. So
Stardew Valley.
I love Stardew Valley.
I played for it a bit, but I'm not patient enough, like, to, like, like, complete the missions, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I suck at it. Are you good?
No, I'm so bad at video games. Like, I love them, but I'm really bad at them. Like, it's upsetting.
I got my first cat, and that, like, when I got my cat, that's when I lost all the motivation, which is, like, at the very beginning of the game.
Isn't that, like, the third day?
Yeah.
That's the third day.
And I was like, okay, I got my cat now. Mission accomplished. Bye-bye. Then I was done.
Yeah, I mean, I did the same thing with Animal Crossing. I thought I was going to love it, and I bought it, and I played it, and I was like, this is so boring. I'm not even watering my crops. What am I doing in this game?
I mean, I feel like I'm missing out. I mean, I think I might have seen him or her, like, because I watch her TikToks, But yeah, like, Animal Crossing, I feel like I'm, like, missing out big time because I don't own a Nintendo anything right now. But yeah, games are cool. I'm not good at it, but I love watching people, like, play it. I like watching gameplays, like, playthroughs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are, like, the,
They're kind of
vicarious.
Like
yeah, exactly. Like, I watched the whole, like, Silent Hill series. I don't know if you're familiar with Silent Hill, but it's, like, complete opposite of Animal Crossing, like, people, like, slashing each other. But it's kind of like
a horror game.
Yeah, it's a horror game, but it's, like, it's got a really nice story. Yeah, I watched, like, Detroit Become Human, which is, like, another, like, big story game.
That one.
It's really good. Like, I didn't even play the game because I don't have the consoles for it, but, like, the story itself is so good that I watched, like, multiple game, like, playthroughs of it.
Yeah, because it has, like, the different options. It's, like, choose your own adventure novels. I love them.
Yeah, that game in particular, I think has, like, something like 20 plus endings, which is crazy.
No. Oh my God.
But yes, please do continue with your day in life.
Oh, my day. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess, but most of the time it would be, like, because I go to uni full time as well. So most of my day during the week is taken up with uni and then work. Because we're in lockdown, that's pretty much all I can do. I can't really go anywhere after that, but I'm very excited for when I can, hopefully in October. And then there'll be days where I go into the store for the full, like, 8-hour shift, and I make candy sometimes, and most of the time I'm just, like, I'm not actually a very good candy maker. I can't do it very well. It's about strength. Like, a lot of candy making is in strength, and I am not strong. But it's fun to kind of, like, get in there and try it out and, like, try to get a little bit better, even if it's, like, my goal is I'm never going to be, like, true candy maker. But otherwise I'm just kind of filming, and then, I'll take that footage and I'll edit it into YouTube or TikTok videos. And yeah, that's, like, it's kind of, like, the most flexible schedule out of anyone I know. Like, I just kind of change things around for when they need to be done, which scares me sometimes because I, like, love schedules so much. I love scheduling myself. It's crazy.
Oh, I recently have gotten, like, into the habit of, like, kind of religiously, like, meticulously, like, designing my Google Calendar. I don't know if you use Google Calendar, but, like,
I use, like, still, like, diaries.
Oh, the
I
OG.
love diaries.
Oh,
Yes,
like, I did consider getting, like, a proper diary and, like, decorate, because those actually give you a lot more, like, flexibility in terms of, like, designing the blocks and, like, the scheduling part. But also, I'm very, like, spontaneous, so I change my schedules all the time. Like, I would, like, plan for my day ahead.
I fully ignore the diary all the time. I'm just like, oh, what have I got to do today? No, not that. I want to do something else.
Yeah, that's why I use Google
like making
Calendar.
the schedule.
Yeah. Well, like, do you like decorate it and stuff, like with stickers and like
No,
markers?
no, usually like it's just kind of like crazy. Like whatever, I just have to write the things I have to do for the week and then tick them off, and I do the little tick off because that's the sense of accomplishment.
Yeah. I do the crossing. I do a crossing. I used to do like the ticking, but then I moved on to the crossing.
Wasn't enough?
Yeah, the ticking wasn't like, it wasn't giving me the enough like sense of accomplishment. So I started like crossing the things with like red marker, and the crossing would give me so much satisfaction.
Okay, I'll try that next.
Yeah, but also like
Make me more
it's
motivated.
the thing about like to-do lists and like scheduling and taking them off is that you start to like, it's so easy to like get obsessed with it to a point where when you have days when you don't accomplish any of the things that you planned out to do, then you kind of start to feel like an actual loser, and it doesn't really do you well mentally.
Yeah.
So I try to
I do get that.
yeah, so I try to like, remind myself as much as possible that, okay, even if you don't do the things that you set out to do, which is sometimes on an unrealistic level, that's what I do. Sometimes I just like give myself put so much on my plate that I know for a fact that I'm not going to be able to do it, but I'm like, for some reason, I think I can do it. But like, I try to remind myself, like, you're just a human. You set out to do some unrealistic amount of work. So if you don't do it, don't feel like a loser, kind of thing.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you gotta like pace yourself. Be like, it's okay to take a break.
Yeah, I'm trying to take it easy, but yeah, I'm trying to take it easy. It's just like I guess I'm kind of a workaholic in that sense that I kind of start to feel guilty if I'm not doing anything productive. But yeah,
I'm
after
on my
having
mid-semester break from.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was just gonna follow up on what you said. I'm on my mid-semester break, which means like I don't have uni at the moment, and all I'm doing is like scheduling like time to like work in. And my mom's like, Annabelle, stop. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Take a break.
Mom's right. Mom is right. You gotta, like, mid-semester break is there for a reason. It's called a break for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So you really, just
I'm like,
enjoy.
no, but listen to my great idea, Mom, of what I could accomplish if I just like gave up the next 2 weeks to work. She's like,
yeah. Don't. It's like the payoff, the payoff is gonna be great, while you're like, like white knuckling through the whole work process is, the sense of accomplishment's gonna be great after those 2 weeks. So I know what you mean. I feel you 100%. But man, like after having gone through multiple burnouts, like I know that I need to like almost discipline myself to take a break, like intentionally not do anything. And it's kind of fricked up how when I did gave myself like complete allowance to like just take a break, I was like feeling almost lost, like because I don't know what to do. Like my hobby, like I was a case where, I don't know about you, but in my case, I was in a case where my hobby used to be, like my hobby became my job in a way.
Oh, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So like for you, it was like TikTok,
it.
Right?
I was in my final year of high school doing like my exams, and I was like making TikToks the night before and posting them before I was taking like my English HSC that would like get me into university. I was doing that. Like it was like my hobby, but it was also like I was just like, it was a bit crazy. It was a crazy time.
Yeah, but it's like you're just doing it as a sort of like like no pressure. It's just a thing that everybody does that, I'll have fun. It's a bit hectic sometimes, but no pressure, But then that becomes your, like, a big thing. Like, it means something all of a sudden. Like, for me, it was music. And I was always, like, listening to music. Like, I like playing piano, like, as for fun. But then all of a sudden, this becomes my main thing. I'm, like, a musician. So I found myself all of a sudden, like, feeling a little bit lost because, damn it, I don't have a hobby anymore, kind of thing,
Yeah, I mean, I can't scroll TikTok anymore for fun because everything feels like every time I watch a video, it's like, how am I gonna make that like sound or that trend into something I can do? And I spend hours scrolling, but it's like none of it is enjoying. It's just like, how could I do that? It's I
You
don't
have
like.
no
So I
idea. You have no idea how hard that hit me just now. It's like an occupational hazard almost. Like you can't do what you used to do for fun anymore almost. Like I don't really
Yeah.
scroll through Instagram anymore because like it's I see like other artists like posts and I'm like, "Oh, damn it. Like I should do this. I should do that for my artist." kind of
Yeah.
thing. So it's like I
I
don't really
think
do yeah.
I only enjoy Instagram still because I have my like public Instagram account, which is like I make candy, and then I have like my personal one, which is just like random pictures of like my dog,
Uh-huh.
and like I'm happy to scroll on there because like everything on there is stuff completely devoid from work. It's like crappy memes and like places to visit, and then I go on the work one and it's like, oh, candy, here's an influencer, which is nice too, but it's like it's nice to separate them a bit, I found.
I think Annabelle
Hello?
Annabelle is gone. Where's Annabelle? Annabelle. I think we lost you.
Hello?
Annabelle. Hello?
Hello?
Oh.
Sorry.
I think I lost. No, it's fine. It's fine. I think we lost you for a second. It's fine.
My internet is terrible. Australia has like the worst internet out of like
Oh,
everywhere.
really? Is it
It's
is
so
it just
sad.
like a it's like a national thing?
Yeah.
It's like a
And also mine sucks
nationwide.
especially.
Do you have
Yeah.
do you not have like an Ethernet cable? You know, like one of those
No, like we have internet. It's just super slow. Like
just internet in general.
Like insanely slow. Yes.
Oh.
We have days where like the internet will just black out, and then our internet providers will like give us days of like free data service to make up for it.
Whoa. What about
Yeah.
the data? Do the data service work okay?
I just switched to my data, so it is faster than internet here. I don't have 5G. I wish, but so we'll see how it goes.
No, don't worry. I'm still on 3G. But like the thing about Korea is that like people in Korea are crazy about like internet. So if in case they don't get the service that they had paid for, people are going to get angry. They're going to get mad. So the standards for internet service in general, like with data, internet, everything is like way just like crazy. The standards are like I almost sometimes feel sorry for like the people in the internet industry, whatever they call them, because the standards are so high, so up there. But yeah, internet's pretty. It's okay.
I mean,
Korea.
here we've got like all these phones that can connect to 5G, but Australia barely has 5G like anywhere. So like my dad, he has like the whatever iPhone could first connect to 5G, he bought that, and he doesn't get 5G anywhere. It's a completely
that
useless
sucks.
feature here.
Well,
It's terrible.
is 4G like I'm actually like I don't know anything about internet. Like I'm just like as long as it works, okay, I'm good. So I think I'm still on 3G. Is 4G a thing in Australia?
Yeah, we've got 4G.
Okay.
It's like, as far as I know, it just the numbers going up means better. That's what I know about internet.
All right. Yeah. But there's also this thing called LTE, and I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
No, me neither. I think we're both in the blind here. I do want to like ask you a bit about uni because I read that you used to major in medical science and then you kind of hated it and then you transferred to marketing, which is like a completely opposite, it seems, like in terms of the profession. Can you tell me a little bit about like what it was about medical science that you hated? Like, or didn't like as much as you thought you would?
Oh yeah, sorry, you just cut out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, the story kind of goes. I was in like my last year of high school, which like everyone knows is like the super stressful year where you do like your university entrance things, and it's you know, it's like in Australia it's like anything else, it's like super stressful. And the like, you know, the pandemic hit, so we like, because this like the candy store is my parents' business, so they both own it together and they both run it together, and we pretty much lost all our revenue because we did custom candy for like weddings and events and business functions, and so we just like lost, like everybody cancelled those events, so we lost like all our business, like zero. And so we decided to keep it going by like live streaming and switching on to a little bit of like social media, which we didn't know if it would work, but we figured it was better than just like giving up and losing everything. And so I kind of started working there because, you know, we had no business, so we couldn't afford to pay staff. So I was going in and working for free, just to like making candy, packing bags. And then I started doing the TikTok a little bit later.
Yeah.
So I was doing that in my final year of high school, and then also doing, you know, all my studies, and so, but, you know, then we kind of got this like little bit of success on like Facebook and TikTok, and then YouTube a bit later, which has been really interesting. And so I was then kind of managing that as well. So I finished, sorry, this is so like not succinct at all.
Oh, no. Just go ramble as much as you want, because I love hearing people ramble. I just love it. Go for it.
Yeah, but I've always like been absolutely fascinated by chemistry, biology, mathematics. Like, to me, it's just like my bread and butter. I have so much respect for anyone who does it. I love doing it. And so like naturally to me, I thought what I should do was medical science, because it's like, it all fits together so nicely. And you would be doing like, I really wanted to go into like drug development or like, just like creating new technologies that could help people. Like I was really interested in things like vaccines, especially cancer treatments. Like you can act like they're working on cancer vaccines, which I always thought was fascinating. Yeah, it was really cool when I studied it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like medical science, it kind of evokes that sense of like, it's not medical school, because they're two different things. So like medical schools, it's like you need I don't know what the system is in Korea, but in Australia you get like your final mark is like a ranked thing. So you're ranked against everyone else in the state and you come out in a percentile. And basically, you know, to get into something like medical school, you need a 99.95 ATAR, which is like the highest you can get. And it's the same for law. So I didn't want to go to medical school. I don't want to be a doctor. That's terrifying. But I liked medical science. And I got the mark to get into that. I got into Sydney University, which is like the big university in Australia, which is like my dream university. And I started going, and I really, really realized I hated it. Like I did all this work, I got really good grades, and I hated the degree so much. I was so unhappy. The workload. I'm sure some people can handle it. Like some people are amazing. I couldn't handle it. It was like I would show up there at 9. I would leave university at 6. I would get home at 7:30. I would eat. I would go do my homework. It was like it was too much. So mid-semester break, I dropped it. I decided I didn't want to do the degree anymore. I was in debt.
Oh, man.
But university debt in Australia is okay. I don't know about Korea, but they do like this system where if, like, once you start earning over a certain amount, they start withdrawing it automatically from your paycheck.
Student debt. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't earn interest on it or anything. It's just the set amount.
Yeah.
Which is great. As a system, I think it's pretty good. But yeah, so I then applied for a different course at a different university in media and marketing because, that was kind of the next thing. I was like, I've kind of done this. I know a bit about marketing. I know a bit about the media. And I got into that, and it's what I'm doing now, and I really love it, actually. I love the media part, and I love the marketing part. It's really interesting. And so I'm a lot happier doing that.
Do you, because I mean, in a way, it is like in direct correlation to what your TikTok account, to your family business about like candy making and documenting the process, and gaining community and audience, right? It's kind of like what you do is your kind of media
Media
job.
marketing.
Yeah, media marketing. So do you find that like what you're learning on your course right now is like helping with your TikTok or like any other social media presence?
It definitely is. Like yeah, like 100%. Because a lot of what you learn in like marketing is about digital marketing, and like here's an example of someone doing digital marketing, and I'm like, I do that. Or like in some of my media units, we talk about like micro celebrities, and like what is their role in society, and what are the dangers of like looking up to micro celebrities, or like what are they and how do they impact us, and looking at like influencers like James Charles or something like that. And that's really fascinating as well. Like it kind of something that pertains a bit to me as well. So I'm a bit self-centered. I love when things are about me.
Oh yeah, I think we all do, right? In a certain
everybody, yeah,
way. I think we all do. I think we hate to admit it, but I think we all do like it being all about us. You know? Do you So do you consider yourself a micro celebrity? May I ask?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I would consider myself a micro celebrity in the same way I might consider you a micro celebrity, only because the work I do is so unfocused on me. It's not about me, it's about everybody in the shop. It's more of like, and really it's about my dad. He's the star of the show.
He's amazing, by the way.
So yeah, I don't.
He's amazing.
Oh, my dad is
amazing.
Like a fascinating man.
Yeah.
If you want to get him on if you want to get him on at another time, I'm sure he loves doing podcasts.
Oh my gosh, I'd love to have him on. Yeah.
I would invite him in now, but he's not here. Sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
It's all about me.
No, right now it's all about you, Annabelle.
No, but then I would like, because it's not focused on me, I don't know if I would consider myself actually a micro influencer, but I would consider you one, because your work is like, especially your music and stuff, it really is about you and your authentic self over like, not micro influencer, micro celebrity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird, like, the word celebrity kind of, like, I wouldn't say, like, I have an allergic reaction to it or anything, because I have my own idols as well, right? Like, I look up to certain people, but also I found that as, like, a human being, as I am as anybody else, I find that, like, idolization just doesn't make me feel good very well, like very good mentally. Like so therefore I don't think I want to be one either, kind of thing. Like I think like it's like the whole celebrity culture and like idolization and like this whole like creates this whole like unnecessary hierarchy, when like I think we're all just the same people. It's just that some people's work are a little more like well known than other people, so therefore they're more recognized than other people, but I don't think that makes anybody more influential or more impactful or better than anybody else, and in my case,
I mean, I agree with you that like,
yeah. Oh wait.
I mean, I agree with you that like no one's better than anyone else. No one is better than everyone else. No one deserves anything better than anyone else. But, like, the fact is that I think some people are more influential. Like, Kim Kardashian is always going to be, like, more influential than, like, me. I don't want to be Kim Kardashian, but she is, like, she like, can influence more people. She can influence what they do, and it is true. So I think that like there is a like, but she's 100% a celebrity. There's no world in which she's a micro celebrity.
Yeah, no, but, she's not a micro. Yeah. She's a macro. Or
she's a big celebrity.
Yeah, she's a big one. Yeah, I mean, I think so in my case, like if I were completely honest with you, when you say like you don't want to be Kim Kardashian, like I would be like, oh no, I don't want to be Kim Kardashian either, but if like a genie came up to me, like a wishing fairy or whatever, came up to me and be like, if you could have as much influence as Kim Kardashian or Kanye West or I don't know, Jesus Christ, whatever.
That would be a lot.
That would be a lot of things to take up on.
I think he
That'd
might
be a lot
trump
of
the other two, but...
yeah, maybe that's not on the same caliber. But would you take it? And I think, to be completely honest, I don't think I'll say no to it. I think I'll like, oh, I'll take it and see how it goes, you know? And I kind of sometimes am grossed out by that thought. The fact that I indulge in the fact that I do want to have more recognition. I do want to, like, I do want to be more important kind of thing. And I think that's why, like, I try to go the opposite way. Like, I want to show the unglamorous, the less, like, fabricated part of myself as much as possible on my social media or like on YouTube or TikTok, wherever. And I think that's why I love, and all the while doing that, I can still be like a micro influencer or like a quote unquote public figure, right? And I think having more people like that doing something like that is, I hope that has a place for people, because like we see so many of the people out there who are like always showing like the glammed up version, the photoshopped version, the airbrushed version, and like we see little parts of their lives that are like highlights of like the best moments, right? We see the most glamorous part of their life. We see the most fancy, the most like the highlighted version of their daily life, when, you know, we know for a fact in our deepest minds that that's not how their whole entire life is like. We're only seeing the highlights, but I think when we keep seeing that, we kind of start to unconsciously feel like we're less than, and, you know, end up feeling like, oh, I don't know, my life maybe isn't as special or as these people. My personality isn't as quirky as these people, and that's why I think I do these kind of podcasts where I do certain things for my contents that I hope will bring some people some solace, that it's not as, you know, life isn't supposed to be as glamorous as it seems on social and other parts of social media. And I think I really like that about your candy making TikTok account as well, because you're just documenting like the everyday life, and I think that's what people are drawn to. They just see the fun parts of it. It can be fun, it can be fun, you know, but also at the same time that's what your life is like daily, right?
Yeah, I mean, the videos on my TikTok that always go best are the ones where like I'm doing just terribly. It's like, oh, I can't do, like, and it is true that I'm not the best candy maker. We discussed that already. But yeah, it's like a lot of the time I feel like I've created a sphere in which I can't actually, like, because videos of me not doing very well always go better. That's a lot of what I post. And then it's like, oh, I'm actually not this bad. And a lot of the time it gets to a point where I'm like, oh, I wish people would stop making fun of me for the videos I posted about the things I posted about making fun of me. So I'm in a bit of a loop there. I don't mind it too much. But yeah, I feel like the unfiltered thing is, yeah, like none of my videos are filtered. Like that's literally just what we do every day in the shop. Like I make candy, pack candy, be around, eat candy. That one's important. So, yeah, I mean, obviously we do, like, you know, we filter out some things like, you know, the bad language. We're Australian. So it gets through sometimes. But we try to keep it kid-friendly, which is hard. Yeah, I mean, I think being online is, like, there's certain things do have to be filtered out. Like, the things that aren't going to be appropriate, like the bad language. Or just like there is tedium as well to working in a candy store, like there is in any job. Like you could love your job, but sometimes it is just like, some days it's just like, I gotta go to work and I have to make this video and then I'm gonna blah, blah, blah. So you gotta make it fun when you can, but like the reality is sometimes it just is work.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like I think that's like it's a gray area where I know I just said that like a lot of the things that we see on social media is like the highlighted version of like the whole thing that's not as glamorous as that 1.5 seconds of the video that we see. But also I do believe that, you know, we can make something that's a little tedious into something that's fun, you know? And I see like I remember seeing like a particular TikTok where it was like a time lapse of the whole process of you making the candy from beginning till end. And it's like that's fun. Like I think we all want to, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a 6-hour video of you just making candy from beginning till end. But like a time lapse enough
We do that.
is enough. Yeah, I know. It's like, you know, we
on
don't
Facebook
have to.
we've got our like hour and a half videos that are like people watch them somehow. I'm just always like, how is this?
That's
I can't believe. I'm glad you like it, but wow.
Maybe you should do live stream. Do you live stream as well?
Yeah.
On
The
Twitch?
process of making candy. No, we do it on Facebook actually and YouTube. The process of making candy generally takes from 30 minutes to 1.5 hours, depending on what you make and how you make it. So, and people actually really enjoy watching it. We've like had some videos go absolutely insane. It's really awesome. But yeah, it's not like 6 hours, but no, we do like several batches a day. So you are making candy for quite a bit of time in the day.
It is crazy how some people watch those kind of stuff, like, and they enjoy it. They just like, I think it's therapeutic, you know. If you think about it, it's therapeutic. And I myself watch videos like that. I've recently been watching a lot of these like sand cutting videos or like oddly satisfying videos that go on for hours on YouTube. Have you seen one?
I haven't seen them myself, but I imagine it a bit like people who watch like 4-hour streams of Minecraft.
It's kind of like that, yeah. It's kind of like that, but maybe like less talking. So if you like ever have some time on YouTube, just like search sand cutting videos, and you'll see like people cutting sand for like an hour. It's just like they just cut sand for an hour, and that's the whole video. They don't talk, they don't do anything. It's just cutting sand. It's just oddly satisfying. And I remember like I was on I rarely go on Twitch to like actually watch any of the Twitch streams. I just stream myself. But sometimes I would go there and just like click a random video, and it would be just this dude eating pasta. And that's all he's doing. And there's like 2,000 people watching him eat pasta. There's 2,000 people watching a dude eating pasta. And that's it. And it's kind of odd what people are drawn to just to watch. And it kind of fascinates me. And I think more and more people nowadays are drawn to the unfilteredness, you know, just things just the way it is, you know. And I think that's the way to go. That's the trend nowadays. I think it's a healthy
think being
trend.
authentic. Yeah, being authentic is one of the traits of being a micro celebrity is how authentic you are. And if you're more like being more authentic than an actual celebrity. Just interesting.
What are the other elements?
Oh, well, let me get my notes out.
Oh, please do.
There's like a whole lot. It's not too many, but a lot about it is being authentic and then also being attainable. Like, you know, as a person, you're someone who they can and expect to be able to sort of contact and engage with. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't expect to like be able to contact Tom Cruise, but you kind of expect to be able to, like, if you wanted to like message an influencer and be like, oh my God, you're so cool, you're amazing. And then to be like, oh, thank you. You know, like you're a bit more engaged with your audience than like just a celebrity.
That is so true. Like, I some of the like musicians that I just can't stop loving are the ones who I had some sort of an engagement with. Like, I mean, there are obviously people that I just love unconditionally. I don't care if I've never like gotten a like from for my comment. I don't care. I just still love them. But there are like artists that I just love them for their engagement, like for the little memory that I got. Like I remember there is an artist called Sam Henshaw, and I just love his music, of course. But I remember I like posted a random cover that I did of one of his songs and I posted it on Twitter, and he liked it. And I was like, just that one heart, like was like, oh my god, this is a highlight of my life. This is the highlight of
So cool.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, it's those little things. Like I remember, like I'm a big fan of Han as well, the duo. And like they liked one of my tweets as well. I don't know why it's like there's a thing about tweet that is more accessible than anything else. But like that's like another highlight of my life, you know? And like as a music fan, as a fangirl myself, I know how meaningful it is to like get some sort of an interaction back from your favorite person. So I try to do that as much as I can too. You know, do you do that? Like, do you reply to like comments or like DMs or, you know, engage?
I do. I try my best because I'm just like I try to do all the comments and then I go to my DMs and I see the little like unread folder and it's like 99 plus and I'm like, oh, that's a problem for tomorrow. But then I get to tomorrow and I'm like, oh, now there's more. And I just like one day we'll sit down and go through them. But like sometimes I just don't know how to answer them. I get so nervous. I'm like, oh, I'm not even going to be funny. I'm just going to say thank you.
I mean, I don't know what kind of DMs that you get, but there are sometimes.
I get a lot of creepy ones.
There are some really creepy ones. I gotta admit, there are some.
I don't respond to the creepy ones ever. I'm just like, no. They're all like, can you please date me? And I'm like, who are you?
I got a really a funny one, that like a funny creepy one where it was like, you know, like on DMs you can actually like check the actual message and not like have it as read, you know. And there was this really funny one where it was like 3 messages over the course of like 3 months. So it was like 1 message per month, right? And it was like the first message was like, hey, I love your music. And then the second message that came like a month later was like, can you please reply to me? And then the third message, the last one that came after a month, was like, marry me. That was the third one. And then that was the last message that I got.
It doesn't freak me out because I don't think these people like wish me anything like bad. It freaks out because I feel like in their mind, like they know me better than they do. I'm always like, oh, but like, I mean, I don't know this person at all, but like you feel like you know me, and then I feel bad that I didn't respond, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know how to handle that kind of relationship. It's like it never gets explained to you, obviously. Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. It's like I think there are definitely like fans of mine who I like remember them. I remember them. They're always on my stream. Like I talk to them on Discord. Yeah. So there are a couple of fans that I know. I feel like I know better than other people. But sometimes, you know, those kinds of DMs or messages that I get are like, oh, I don't know what to say back. Like, so I just kind of leave it. And then I think like, oh, I'll think for the better. I'll think of like the best answer that I can give to that person, and then I'll come back. But I never really did, because it's like, I think it'll always be a bit of an odd one.
I always struggle with the ones you like reply to, like they're just like, hi, I love your videos, and I'm like, oh, well, thank you so much. Like, I'm so glad you enjoy. And then, like, they start a conversation with you, and you're like, oh, this is, like, totally normal. And then it turns to not normal. And you're like, oh, no, I've made a mistake. But then you don't want to stop answering other people who are just as nice. Like, it's such a hard thing to navigate because you don't know who's going to, like, weird out on you.
Yeah.
And I worry because I don't want people to think I don't like them.
Yeah, and I think I think if they're genuine fans, they would understand though. You know, like they like for me, for instance, like, you know, the tweets that were liked by the original artist, I didn't expect like a comment back from them, and I'm fine with it because I know they would probably be getting a lot of these things, and they don't have enough time to like respond to every single one of them and turn it into a whole like thread of conversation. So I think if they're real fans, they would understand. They would understand not being able to continue the conversation till the end of the world, you know? Because they should expect, they should know that, you know, you've got a lot of these coming in, and that's kind of part of your existence. That's part of your person. That's part of your job almost. So yeah, they would understand, hopefully. What were
Yeah.
like? Do you have any like really wholesome messages or comments that you can you can remember in particular?
Oh, we get so many that are as a individual, I don't get as many, but as like someone who manages our like I manage also like all the like the messages on like our Facebook accounts. And we do get a lot on there about like people who are responding to us live streaming through the pandemic, as like you guys have just been like such a point of like communication and interaction, and it like really pulled me out of this, that like they're amazing. And then the other thing we've done is we do a lot for kind of like autism awareness and supporting especially like autistic kids who may feel more like shunned and not like they feel like they don't have enough support. So we kind of focus on charities that are going to help them feel better about themselves and like find places where they're comfortable. And so we've done things like that say like ASD is okay in candy, and we live stream that, and just the amount of messages we get from doing something like that are just incredible. Like people who weren't diagnosed until they were like 40 just messaging us and going, I can't believe that you've done this is incredible, like thank you. Or like people whose like kids have been struggling in school just messaging us saying, I showed them your live stream and they like couldn't stop watching. It's like we get the most amazing messages as well. Like
That's amazing.
it's so cool.
That's amazing. And I would say, like, I'm sure, I don't know if you agree, but I'm sure you would. It's those like individual messages that actually bring the most fulfillment than like big numbers. You know, like, and obviously, you know, reaching certain what is it? What's that word? Stone? Milestone. Yeah. Reaching certain milestones in terms of like numbers is also very accomplishing and very empowering, because, you know, it's like you're getting you're getting paid back for all the hard work that you did, and it's showing. But that is also very accomplishing, but also something that is just as accomplishing as that is like getting individual messages from people saying that like I have actually impacted their daily life. I have actually made some sort of a positive impact for somebody out there. And like, that just like makes me feel so wholesome. Like it's the most wholesome thing in the world. Like I remember I got a message from someone who said they were going through like chemotherapy for their cancer. And it's like, while my music couldn't cure their cancer, it really did help them like get through some hard moments. And that was like, oh my God, like this is, yeah, it just made me like
That's so
really
great.
emotional. Yeah, it was really something. And I think that moment, those are the moments that like really hit me hard, where damn, like this really, like it's working, like it's paying off. Like I do feel like it's paying off when I get messages like those from like individuals. But yeah, it's great. It's kind of weird, but it's great because it's like it started as something that was, I'm sure you agree, but it started as something that was like just in my room. In your case, it would probably just have started from the candy shop. It was like, it wasn't something that I
had
imagined.
to beg Dad to let me start TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, I don't even know what it is. was like, please, let me just do this. Fine.
Let me just do this. It's important, Dad. It's important.
It'll work.
And it's crazy how something that started from like domestically in this little shop, in this little room, became something that like reaches people from like in Brazil, in Korea, in America, and like all over the world. And it's crazy, isn't it?
So wait, do you live in Korea like all the time, or are you from the US then? Sorry, I'm just...
Oh no, I live in Korea like pretty much all my life, except for a few odd years that I was living in the States. And recently the UK, because that's where I studied graphic design, because I dropped out of my original degree as well, because I hated it too.
Twins.
So yeah, except for a few years, I lived all my life, spent all my life in Korea. And I do get that question a lot, because of my accent.
Also, when I originally emailed Truman, he said that you were only in Korea at the moment or something. So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm right now. I'm in Korea pretty much like 24/7. I mean, yep, Korea all the way.
I'd love to visit Korea.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask.
Haven't.
Have you been? I've been to Sydney like for a week, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I love Sydney. It's awesome.
I would love to. I'm so sad that I never actually got to like walk around the city and like actually get to see the little shops and like whatever, like just the ins and outs of the city, because it was like on a tour thing, and they just carried me everywhere, and I was pretty much on the bus all the time. It was beautiful though, and I'd love to go back and like just get to see the ins and outs. But I think you would like Korea. Like it's I would say it's definitely very different from Australia. Everything's very compact, like very close by. It's very small, like very cutesy, very small. Because it's a fairly small country too.
Like comparatively in geographic size, it's like tiny.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very small. But the food is great. I don't know if you enjoy nightlife at all. Alcohol, a little bit of dance time, maybe. A little bit.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I mean, I'm sure I will when I finally leave lockdown. I turned 18 in lockdown.
Oh no!
So,
you have not gotten
I've been to the pub. I haven't gone, like, I didn't get a chance to go, like, clubbing or anything, so I'm very excited to do that. I know. God. Yeah, girl, I'm 19 now.
Oh my god, I just realized. Yeah, you went to college, like, during the pandemic. Oh my god, you have got to. Damn it. Now I gotta, like, I gotta get you out there. I mean, like, I'm not a big, huge going out person, like a clubbing person, but I had to go through that phase of going out like every night to find out that I'm not a clubbing person. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun. Just like,
well, I've already bought the outfits.
Oh my gosh, what did you get? Did you get a dress?
So many sparkles, just like anything I could get with sparkles on it. I was like, that's what I want.
Yeah, and some platform heels, because girl, you can't miss out on those platform heels. But also platforms are the best for like dancing as well. Oh no, that's fine. Who says you can't rock a platform? Like you can't rock a heel when you're tall.
Very true.
You probably look like a model.
I got so sparkle.
You probably look like a model in real life. I mean, I seen you briefly, like your full shot on TikTok, and you already look like a model. And then, you know, I probably look like a, I don't know. I probably look really small next to you. I have this thing, like, I really want to get taller.
How tall are you?
I'm like, do you use feet or centimeters?
Centimeters.
Oh, yeah. That centimeter's the way to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got.
Foot is.
Yeah, foot. I don't get what it even means. I'm 163 centimeters.
I'm 171, but
Oh,
I was
man.
so distraught finding that out because every time I measured myself, I was 169, and I thought that was fantastic. And then the doctor was like, no,
Nope.
that's not your correct height. I was like, what do you mean?
Please just tell me
have
that
this.
I'm 169. No, that's great. You should be a model. Wait, no,
Ugh,
sorry.
it sounds like so much effort. It's
It
just
does
like,
look. It does sound like a lot of effort. Like the makeup and like it's like you probably like have to wear tons of makeup every single day, and like you're probably gonna get pimples from all the makeup products, and it's like gonna be a massive occupational hazard. Yeah, you just gotta go
I feel
with
like
all natural.
I feel like even though, you know, even if models aren't starving themselves, they also like have to adhere to very strict diets.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know about you, but I have empty Reese's Pieces things on my desk right now, so it's not gonna work.
Yeah, also like yeah, I mean like have you heard of these like crazy methods that models use to like not eat? There was this
I've
like
heard-
I got to tell you this. You're probably going to want to munch on some more Reese's products after hearing this cuz it grosses me out. But apparently
Oh no.
I heard that like some models there was this technique where they like soak up orange juice with tissue and they eat the tissue because they're like
No.
they're like filling their stomach with orange tissue, and I'm like,
No.
please don't get at least a salad. Don't eat tissue. It's not probably tissue has
I just
more.
feel like I feel so bad.
I know, like don't eat. Tissue probably has more calories than a salad too. So I don't get why
I don't know.
don't eat tissue.
I don't know. I'm not going to.
Yeah, so yeah, don't become a model. Actually, I take that back. But girl, you gotta get out. But have you
I know, I want to so bad.
You will. I feel
What?
like it's close. The moment is close. I
It
feel like
is.
everybody's getting vaccinated. You know, I went to America and it was like everybody's like out there. It's almost like the pandemic has never happened. So I don't. It's definitely not
Oh,
like that in
okay.
Korea. But hopefully.
It's not like that in Australia.
Oh really? Is it like still
No,
very
it's
masked?
the issue with Australia is like we're terrified of COVID because we actually had like long periods of like literally no COVID. Well, like there was a little bit, but like in our hotel quarantine system. So like we're now like super terrified of COVID, and so like like our states are oh, can you still hear me?
Yep. All good.
Okay, sorry, I just got that like internet unstable notification. But like, so our states are currently like all closed to each other. We've got like Queensland doesn't like the second one state has a case of coronavirus, they shut the border. It's like insane. And we're all in lockdown at the moment, and we're going to be released from lockdown when we get to 80% full vaccination, which they're thinking is going to happen in October. I'm booked in for my second shot. I'm very excited.
Yes.
So excited.
Oh my gosh,
But yeah,
I
so it's
just got
it's a
my
bit
first
crazy.
shot just a few days ago. Yeah, but hopefully
Did you get
when
sick
the
at all? I got
80%
so
hits-
sick.
Really? I just got really sore arms and I couldn't hold my arm up like for over like this angle. And I got really
Okay,
sleepy.
that didn't happen to me.
Got really sleepy
I got
on
these
the
like
second.
fever chills, and like
Oh,
my
no.
whole body hurt, and I was like awake in bed at like 4 a.m. shivering, but I couldn't move because my whole body hurt. I was like, I can't even get another blanket.
Wait, was that
But it
the
was fine
second
in the
shot or
morning.
the first one?
That was the first shot. Because
Wait,
I got
no-
my AstraZeneca one, which
you
is
got
meant to be like worse. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Everybody
I
my
got,
age in Australia gets Astra.
Really? What about Pfizer?
Because
Do you
there's
not
no, we
get-
don't have any. We don't have any. Like
No
we've got Pfizer. We have it, but it's so hard to get your hands on that. Like even though my age group isn't technically recommended to have AstraZeneca,
Astra, yeah.
we can't wait. Like we can't wait to have a Pfizer shot because we don't have any. And like the stuff we do have has to go to like people who have at-risk heart conditions and stuff.
Right.
So everyone just like, I mean, like the risk of dying is literally so small. Like you're more likely to die from a blood clot on birth control, but like, yeah. So we all get AstraZeneca.
Yeah, the blood clots, like, in Korea, they actually banned it. They banned AstraZeneca for people under like 30s. But also like they banned it for the blood clot reasons as well, but it was it was not because people were dying, but actually because people were like concerned so much that they were like telling the government to just shut it down altogether. But yes, I have heard that like the blood clots, you can get those blood clots from like using tampons too. But like
yeah,
just
it's
the odds
like you're
of
more likely to get blood clots any other way. Like honestly, I was not worried getting AstraZeneca.
Yeah.
So
but do you get second shot as well? Have you got the second shot coming up?
yes.
Okay.
No, not yet. I just booked it in today. I actually have a huge needle phobia, like really bad, like really serious. Yeah.
It hurts. Like I don't mind like the actual pain, but the thought of something going into like piercing through my skin actually gives me a lot of anxiety. It just I don't look.
Oh yeah, I had like the last time I got mine, I had like 4 panic attacks before I got there. And then I was like crying and sobbing and like in there, and like I had to make my dad come with me. Like, you just hold my head so I can't look. And like the nurses are like so concerned. I'm like, no, I promise I do want it.
And it's like it's embarrassing too, because it's like I know I know I'm gonna be like, oh, that was nothing after you actually get the shot, but like right before you get the shot, it's just like, no. It's really embarrassing, but I feel you 100%.
It's so bad.
I also have I actually hate drawing blood more than injecting stuff in, like because the thought of like something coming out from like being sucked in from like a needle is just no. And also like those needles that they use for drawing blood is thicker than like ones that they use for injections. It's like the hole's bigger, like the needle's bigger, so extra anxiety.
Wow, I hate this conversation.
I know. I think that's a good note to end our conversation today, actually. We hate needles.
Yeah. We hate them, but I love the vaccine because I'm going to get to go to the pub.
I cannot wait for you to go out with your friends and go clubbing and find out if you like sniffing other people's armpits or not. Because you do have to. Is that something? Yep. If you go to a crowded club, you are going to sniff some armpits, but that's fine. Everybody sniffs.
Like, is it just like I can smell them, or I'm doing it on purpose?
I think that depends on the armpit that you're gonna end up smelling. But fortunately, in my case, I didn't smell any like super smelly armpits. It was just sweaty. You know, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't smell anything. You know, particularly
terrible,
unbearable. But it's fun. It's really fun. Like the music and like, you know, especially with your friends, like it's just like you just have a blast. And I can't wait for you to try it out. I can't wait.
Thank you.
Fun. Thank you so much, Annabelle, for coming today. Let's do a little thumbnail.
Thank you for having me.
No, it was fun. It was really fun. I was just gonna say, let's do a little thumbnail shot, like something like.
Okay.
Look, your best self. You're beautiful already, but like, just flaunt it, girl. Do it.
I can't. It's too much.
This is my.